Hello and welcome to another video on this course in which we are going to be talking about order blocks. In case you didn't understand my accent, here it is, order blocks. Okay, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Let me just tell you, first things first, like I say in every video, this on its own is useless. It's not going to be good. You need to combine it alongside other things. Okay, I personally use them quite a lot. I tend to use the ones from 4-hour time frame upwards. I sometimes use the one on a 1 and 2 hour time frame, but we're going to get into that later on. One thing that is worth noting is that they are useful not only in trends, they are also useful when it comes to sideways markets. Okay, they are also useful in sideways channels because they tend to show you where the ceiling is and where the bottom is. Okay, they are useful in that aspect. They serve as support and resistances. Okay, and now I'm going to tell you what they are. They are volume footprints. Okay, so what does that mean? They work on pivot points. It's a pivot point with a lot of volume. You should know what a pivot point is if you have been following along this course, and if you don't, go back and do some studying, and you need to look at the previous videos to find out what a pivot point is. We can see we've got pivot point here. We had the move up with a lot of volume, okay, which means that the market makers and the institutionals have injected this asset, which is Bitcoin, they have injected it with a bunch of money at this specific price point. Okay, they've put in a bunch of money and it has lifted up the price with a lot of volume. That's the key word. It's a pivot point with volume. It's a key reversal level with volume. Volume is the key word because it shows you that the institutionals, the market makers, have injected a bunch of money in there. Okay, that's that. How do you use them? How do they work? Basically, you can see here, you created one, had a V-shaped reversal. You had a lot of volume going up, and then on the retest, you had quite a big move up. Exactly the same scenario here. You've created one, you had quite an aggressive move up because of all of the volume, all of the transactional volume that was in it, and then the price came down, did a retest, and then you had quite a big reaction from it. Okay, they do work as really good entry points as long as you use it with other things. Okay, don't use it on their own. I know they look really good like this without anything else. You do need to use them with other things. If not, you're trading blindly. When I say that these are just they've been injected with money, is that big market makers have put in their millions of pounds, of euros, of dollars at this specific price point. They've clicked buy and that's it, or they had their limit orders. You should also know what limit orders are if you have watched the previous videos, which I strongly recommend you do. Please do not skip any lessons. Don't skip fast forward. It's not going to be good. Having said that, okay, one thing that I recommend you to also keep an eye on is, for example, we can see here, let's say that Bitcoin now comes crashing down. I'm on the 4-hour time frame, so we've got an order block here. Great. What is going to happen? I'm expecting, okay, an order block should give you a big reaction. We can see here, created it on the retest, big move up. We've created one on the retest, big move up. We've created one on the retest, we had a big move up. Okay, they give you big moves up because that's places where there's a lot of transactional value. There's a lot of money there that's waiting, and as soon as you hit it, it's going to be a high reaction zone. Now, there's actually two things that you need to be aware of. Let's say, for example, first scenario, price of Bitcoin comes down, you get the reaction, great, this is lovely. You get another pullback, and even on this first pullback, you need to start thinking, right, there's liquidity that has been created here from this previous low. There's liquidity that has also been created here from this previous low. Okay, I need to be careful. And if I get this pullback there, nice. Okay, great. Now there's even more liquidity that we have created here. be careful. Okay, there's a chance that this next move, or even this one, is going to go down below the order block to grab some liquidity, clear out all of these recent lows, and then you're going to get the nice reaction. Okay, so you need to keep in mind, that's why you don't use them on their own. You need to look at different things, what the price action is telling you, whether you're in the sideways channel, whether you're trading up, down, what the fair value gaps are, what the exponential moving averages are, and all of these things that we have already gone through in this course. Okay, that's the first scenario. Another one is, as you can see, they give you big reactions, right? If you come crashing down and you don't get that reaction, you're staying sideways like this, you're even going down a little bit, that is a red flag for me. Okay, order blocks, you get a big reaction up. If you stay flirting with it, like staying along here, you're not getting much of a reaction, you're delaying, be careful. This order block might just get sliced right through and you might be going for a different level. Maybe it's the following one, maybe it's the one after it, or maybe, just maybe, you are a good trader and you don't use them on their own, and you're able to anticipate these movements. If you're, I don't know, there's lots of different cases, but you need to have a look. You need to also keep that in mind. Order blocks, they act as support and resistance points, and they are meant to give you a big reaction. If they don't give you that big reaction, watch out. Okay, that's my friendly advice. Okay, that's everything I have to say regarding order blocks. So I personally have these like this that tell you how you know where they are, this and that, and this is on my indicator, which is the signals and order blocks. It just tells me automatically on any time frame. Weekly, I can see where the weekly order blocks are, daily, one hour, and even if I really wanted to, which I don't really think you should, I personally don't really use them like this. I personally like, okay, from the 1 hour order blocks, yes, okay, they are nice. You see, created one here, you had the retest, you had a big move up, fine. Created one here, and you were lagging a little bit, you had the move up, you had a retest, and then you got the actual move up. Okay, exactly the same sort of thing here. You've created one here. This is what I was referring to earlier on. Okay, you've created one here. Had the first test, fine, you had a big move up. You had the second test, oh, be careful. Okay, you've had the big move up. Watch out. Below this level, you've got liquidity here, and liquidity now here. Watch out. Okay, so I have this indicator, which if you've opened up your account using Bitunix, you are also going to be able to use it for free. Even if you do have it, or even if you are thinking of it, what I recommend is that you finish this whole course, okay, before you do anything. Finish this course so that you actually get the bigger picture and you actually know how to use all of these indicators and you know how to use all of these different things. Yes, it's good for you to practice. Yes, it's good for you to go on TradingView and now start to go, right, okay, I'm going to start drawing out where I've got my order blocks manually, this and that. Yes, that's fine. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you to go and invest and trade now without you having finished this course, okay? Same way, even if you've got these indicators, I don't necessarily recommend you to go trading exactly at this point in time without you having finished the whole course, because there's more and more things that we are adding. One really quick thing that I do want to mention is that if you do think, oh, these videos are very long, this is really boring, this is really long course. First off, this is free, okay? If you watched all of these other gurus that sell you their course, this is the exact same thing that you would be watching, a really long course, a really detailed course, but you would be paying a bunch of money for it. I'm not charging you for this, I'm giving it to you for free, okay? And you physically cannot learn to trade, okay? You cannot learn how to trade in 10-minute videos. And if someone tells you, I will teach you how to trade in 5 minutes, no, This is not learning how to do push-ups, where it's simple, it's just one thing, that's it. This is learning how to trade, where your actual money is. You need to understand what you are doing, which is why, yes, there are some videos which are going to be longer, but you're learning a really valuable skill, and I'm trying my absolute best to go into as much detail and give you as much content as I possibly can for free. Okay, so having said that, you don't need this indicator if you don't want it, if you don't, you don't need it. You can do it all visually. You can do it roughly how I just told you. It's a pivot point where there is going to be a big volume change. Okay, so this one, well, not this one, sorry, the one on the left, you've created a big pivot point, had a big move up. You can identify it, and you can do it all visually. Okay, I'm now going to show you maybe some examples of when it's useful when it's sideways. Okay, let's see, maybe something like around here. Have we got any order blocks? Let's see. Yes, okay, great. So like I was saying, it's useful on sideways channels. Right here, the price of Bitcoin was basically doing absolutely nothing. Okay, actually I'm tempted to see if it created one there. Yes. Okay, this is on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, the price of Bitcoin was starting to create a sideways channel. You can see we've created an order block there, and we have got a previous order block which is a bit large. Yes, fair enough, which is where you start to mix in other things. We've created this order block. You're trading up, down, you're reacting on the order block, you're trading up. What is the price going to do? The price is going to go and it's going to react exactly at the order block. The exact reaction I've just told you. You want a big reaction. You don't want a slow, sluggish reaction where you're flirting with the price and you're not really doing much. Okay, I'm now going to show you some examples of the warning I just gave you. Right, look, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go maybe on there so that you can see it a bit more clearly. There. We had the order block created here. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so that you can see even better. Had the price moving up. You didn't really get notice how you weren't getting that reaction I was speaking about. It was starting to become sluggish. You were flirting with the price. You were staying around there too long, and then you broke it. Why? You've gone exactly above the recent highs. Okay, you've grabbed some liquidity, and then what did you do? You've gone straight back down, and you have created a new order block. There we go. Okay, see, also, this is why with the indicator, it didn't just create it as soon as the price was here. It was waiting for more of a move down, because then that means that it's based on volume. Okay, that's why even if you are doing it by hand, it's not because you see a price reversal, a V-shaped reversal, that you're going to say, right, that's it. Here, there's an order block. I know it. I feel it. No, you need to wait for the price to develop for you to see, right, is there an order block there or is there not? Let's see. I'm going to make this go a bit quicker. And then I think it's just basically the same thing I was telling you. Okay. You get, yeah, there is roughly the same sort of thing. You've come down, you've now created a new order block, and this is the exact same example as before, right? Hold on, I'm going to stop it around here. You've got an order block there. You're flirting with the price too much. You've broken it. Okay, you've sliced through it. Where did you then go? To this next order block. Once again, it's the exact same thing. Hold on, this is going a bit too fast for my liking. It's the exact same thing. Okay, you've got this order block. What are you doing with it? Are you reacting strong? No, you're in it, you're flirting with it, you're not really giving me that reaction. That means that it's not going to be very, very strong. There, this is a good order block. Look at that. That is the reaction that you do want to get. Okay, then you start flirting with it, and then are you going to get the move up? Yes, there we go. I think now you're going to get a retest, or not, or yes. make this go a bit quicker. Yeah, so you've basically killed this order block. Okay, so it's basically that was the whole concept that I wanted to show you. Okay, we can now leave this replay. No need to carry on showing you this. Okay, that's basically it. You can find them, like I said, on very different time frames. Look at this one. This one was a really nice and powerful one. You detected, or it could have detected it for you. You created an order block from this pivot point, this point where there was a bunch of volume that brought the price down. You had a correction, you went straight back up to the retest, and then you had an insane aggressively move down. Okay, having said that, that's where I'm gonna leave this video, a 16-minute video. I think that's all right. I hope it's not too saturated for you, and I do hope you found this useful. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this course with someone that needs to learn all of these things that I'm teaching. And make sure to leave a comment also, because I do want to know what you think of this video and of this course. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.